Listen carefully, my friend, because what I'm about to share with you could truly change the direction of your life. We all want to succeed, to be heard, understood, and respected. But the real secret isn't just hard work, it's influence. Let me ask you, how do you influence others? Are you someone people follow, listen to, and trust? If not, it's time to change that. Influence isn't something only special people have. It's a skill you can learn, develop, and master, starting today. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to become more persuasive, more impactful, and more influential in every part of your life. You'll learn how to speak in a way that moves people to act, how to build strong, lasting relationships, and how to lead with honesty and purpose. And this isn't just theory. These are practical tools, real steps that the most successful people in the world use to move forward. They're right here, waiting for you to grab them and use them. So ask yourself, what's stopping you from becoming more influential? Are you ready to level up and take control of your future? If the answer is yes, keep listening. It's time to unlock your full potential. Why is influence so important? Let's start with a simple truth. Everything you want in life is tied to your ability to influence others. That's right, your success, your relationships, your career, your growth. All of it depends on influence. Think about it. The people who reach the top, who do amazing things, don't just work hard. They work smart. They know how to influence the right people at the right time in the right way. And here's the best part. You can learn to do the same. Influence isn't about controlling people or tricking them. It's about adding value, building trust, and becoming the kind of person others want to follow. It's about connecting your vision with theirs so that your words carry meaning, purpose, and truth. Now take a moment to think about the people you admire most, the real leaders in your life, the ones you truly respect. What makes them stand out? I'll tell you, it's their influence. They have the power to inspire you, to make you believe in something greater, and to push you into action. That's the power of influence. So why is it essential? It's simple. Influence opens doors. It creates opportunities. Without it, you're stuck. You can hustle all day and all night, but if you can't influence others, you'll always hit a limit. And I know that's not the life you want. Influence isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. Whether you're trying to get promoted, start a business, or make a difference in your community, influence is what moves things forward. It's how you connect, communicate, and make an impact. But here's what most people get wrong. They think influence is something you're born with. They believe you either have it or you don't. That's not true. Influence is a skill you can build. It's earned. It grows with time, with actions, step by step. And where does it start? With you. It begins with how you see yourself. If you don't believe in your own value, how can you expect others to? Influence starts with self-respect. It's knowing you have something meaningful to offer, and by sharing it, you're making the world better. Influence is also about listening. And I don't mean just hearing words, I mean really listening to understand. People won't follow you if you don't take time to understand their needs, their dreams, and their struggles. True influence meets people where they are and helps them see a better path. Don't forget the power of action. Influence isn't just what you say, it's what you do. It's how you show up, how you treat people, and how you keep your promises. When others see that your actions match your words, they begin to trust you. They believe in you. They follow you. So ask yourself, what kind of influence are you creating? Is it based on integrity, service, and value? Or are you just taking up space? Remember, you are the builder of your own influence. No one else will do it for you. The world won't just hand it to you. But here's the good news. It's available to anyone who's willing to do the work. It's waiting for those who choose to rise and become the kind of person others naturally want to follow. So I ask you again, what kind of influence are you building? It's time to take control. It's time to create real, lasting impact. The power of influence is already in your hands. And now that you know how important it is, it's time to act. Start today. Start becoming a person of influence. Because once you do, the doors will open, the people will come, and success will be yours. Mastering persuasion, turning words into action, Here's the truth, my friend. Words are powerful. They can lift people up, spark new ideas, and drive real change. But words alone won't take you far. You have to turn those words into action. You have to persuade, influence, and move forward. The most successful people in life, those who reach greatness, don't just talk, they persuade. They know how to use their words to inspire others, push them to act, and lead them to change. Mastering the art of persuasion is a real skill. And like any skill, it can be learned and improved. Persuasion isn't about being slick or manipulative. It's about being real, clear, and convincing. True persuasion touches both people's emotions and their logic. When you connect with both, you can move someone to take action. Let's break this down. First, speak to people's needs, not just your own. You can't persuade anyone if you're only thinking about what you want. You first need to understand what they want, what they're feeling, and what problems they're facing. Put yourself in their shoes. Ask yourself, what are they really looking for? What's holding them back? When you speak to their needs, you grab their attention. When you offer a real solution, you gain their trust. Think of persuasion as a conversation, not a pitch. You're not just throwing your ideas at someone. You're meeting them halfway. You understand their point of view, and then you show how your idea or solution can help them get what they want. Second, be clear and direct. You won't convince anyone if you're vague or confusing. People need to understand where you're leading them. So be specific, be to the point, and most of all, be simple. Don't overwhelm them with too much information. Say things in a way that's easy to understand and easy to follow. If your message is all over the place, people will lose interest. And without their attention, there's no chance they'll act. People don't want complexity. They want clarity. Give them a direction. Show them the way. Third, use emotion to spark action. This is where the magic happens. Humans are emotional beings. Yes, we think with logic, but we move with emotion. Think of the best speakers or great leaders. They don't just talk to your mind. They speak to your heart. They make you feel something. They get you fired up, motivated, inspired. If you want to persuade someone, stir their emotions. Make them feel that they can't ignore what you're saying. Make them feel hope, urgency, possibility. Emotion is the fuel for action. If you can make someone feel that what you offer is important, urgent, or life-changing, they'll act. Whether that means buying your product, following your lead, or simply making a change in their life. Fourth, create a sense of urgency. If you want people to act, don't give them endless time to think about it. People delay, hesitate, and avoid decisions. Urgency breaks that cycle. This doesn't mean pressuring or scaring people. It means helping them realize that waiting has a cost. Help them feel that the opportunity won't last forever. That doing nothing might mean missing out. Urgency isn't about rushing someone. It's about showing them that now is the right time to act. Whether it's a time-sensitive offer or a call to make a life-changing decision, urgency gets people moving. Fifth, lead by example. Persuasion isn't just about what you say. It's about what you do. You can't expect others to follow your message if you don't live by it yourself. Walk your talk. Be the example of what you preach. When people see that you practice what you believe, they're more likely to trust you. Your actions speak louder than your words. Be the proof of what's possible. Live the change you want others to make. When you do that, people will naturally be drawn to your leadership. Sixth, build trust through consistency. No one will believe you if they don't trust you. And trust isn't built in a single conversation. It grows over time. People want to know that you're reliable, that you follow through, that your actions match your words. If you say one thing and do another, your credibility is gone. But if you're consistent, your influence grows. Consistency builds your reputation. It shows people that you're dependable, and they'll keep coming to you for advice, guidance, and leadership. Building connection, the root of trust. Let me tell you something important. Nothing works without trust. Not in business, not in relationships, not in life. Trust is the glue that holds everything together. And the first step to building trust is often overlooked. It's connection. Connection, or rapport, is the ability to relate to someone. It's that feeling of you get me. It's when two people are on the same page, even without saying much. When you create that kind of connection, trust begins to grow. And once trust is there, your influence becomes real and lasting. You might be thinking, I'm not really a people person, or I struggle to connect with others. But let me tell you something. Building rapport isn't a talent you're born with. It's a skill you create. And the good news is, anyone can learn it. You just need to understand a few key principles. 1. Be real seriously. The first rule of connection is being genuine. People can sense when you're being fake. They know when you're trying too hard or hiding something behind your words. So just be yourself. Authenticity builds trust, and trust builds influence. If you're not being real, you're just putting up walls. So here's the challenge. Show up exactly as you are without pretending. That's step 1 to creating real connections. 2. Practice real listening, not just hearing. Listening doesn't mean waiting for your turn to talk. It means focusing on the other person and really trying to understand them, not just what they're saying, but why they're saying it. When you truly listen, you're showing the other person they matter. That creates connection. People naturally open up to those who care about what they say and how they feel. 3. Find common ground. Another key to building rapport is finding what you have in common. And trust me, there's always something. Maybe it's a shared interest, a similar background, or a past experience. That one thing can open the door to connection. So ask questions, get curious, and focus on the other person. Once you find a shared point, it becomes easier to build trust and move the relationship forward. 4. Mirror them subtly. Here's a powerful but simple technique, mirroring. It means naturally matching the other person's body language, tone, or rhythm of speaking. Not in an obvious or fake way, but gently. If they're calm, you stay calm. If they're full of energy, match that vibe. It makes people feel like you get them. This small adjustment helps build a feeling of connection without saying a word. 5. Show empathy. Empathy means being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to understand what they're going through, even if you haven't lived it yourself. When you show empathy, people feel seen and understood. And that's what builds real trust. No one wants to be judged. We all want to feel like our feelings matter, like we're being treated as humans, not just as clients or strangers. 6. Be consistent, always. Let's be clear. Building rapport doesn't happen in one conversation. It takes time. And what builds trust over time is consistency. If you keep showing up with honesty, kindness, and real listening, people will trust you. Not because of one moment, but because you've proven they can rely on you again and again. Consistency is what creates deep, lasting relationships. The power of words. Speak with impact. Now let me ask you something. What would your life look like if your words carried real impact? What if every time you spoke, you could inspire action, build trust, or move people deeply? The truth is, your words matter more than you realize. They can motivate, influence, and even change someone's life if you learn to use them with intention. 1. Choose your words wisely. Every word you speak shapes how others see you and how you see the world. Are you using words that inspire hope or words that spread doubt? Are your words lifting people up or holding them back? Your language shapes your environment. If you want to lead, speak words that create progress and possibility. Words that open minds, not close them. 2. Speak with clear intention. Don't talk just to fill silence. Every word should serve a purpose. Ask yourself, what am I trying to achieve here? Do I want to motivate, teach, or persuade? Once you're clear on that, your words gain power. You're not rambling. You're guiding, encouraging, leading. Purposeful speech makes a real impact. 3. Use positive language. Words like "we can," "this is possible," and "let's make it happen" give energy. They inspire action. On the flip side, saying "this won't work," "it's too hard," or "we can't" kills motivation. The language you use affects your mindset and the mindset of everyone listening. Choose words that light a fire, not ones that put it out. 4. Respect the power of silence. And finally, don't underestimate silence. Sometimes, the most powerful message is the one you don't say. A pause gives space for meaning to land. It creates emotion, reflection, and connection. Great speakers know when to stop talking, just long enough to make their next words hit even harder. Silence isn't empty, it's full of impact. The power of silence. Great speakers don't rush. They take their time to deliver their message, letting each word land and resonate. That pause is powerful. It gives meaning to your words, and it helps people think, feel, and reflect. So don't be afraid of silence. Use it wisely. It gives your words space to breathe, your message time to settle, and it shows you're in control of the conversation. Speak with confidence. If you want your words to have real impact, you need to speak with confidence. When you believe in what you say, when you're sure of yourself, others will take you seriously. Confidence doesn't mean shouting or trying to dominate. It means speaking with conviction. When you speak with confidence, people listen, they trust you, and they are more likely to follow your lead. Confidence starts from within. If you're unsure, others will feel it. Believe in yourself and your message, and that belief will come through in every word. The power of storytelling. One of the most powerful ways to make an impact when you speak is by telling stories. Stories touch us, inspire us, and teach us. They make your message easier to remember, more engaging, and more human. People see themselves in stories. They relate to the struggle, the victories, and the lessons. So when you want to leave a mark, think of stories you can share, your own, someone else's, or from history. They bring your message to life. Listening. The key to understanding and influence. Here's a tough but important question. Do you really listen? I don't mean just hearing words. I mean listening to truly understand. Most people just wait for their turn to speak. But listening is more than a skill. It's a real superpower. If you want to influence others, build strong and honest relationships, you need to listen well. It's the bridge between what you say and what others hear. It's what helps you connect deeply, communicate clearly, and influence effectively. Step 1. Be fully present. Think back to your last conversation. Were you really present? Or was your mind somewhere else? To listen well, you need to give your full attention to the person speaking. Put down your phone. Eliminate distractions. Look the person in the eye. It's not just about hearing their words. It's about feeling what they're saying, catching their emotions, and understanding the deeper meaning. Listen with empathy. When you listen with empathy, you do more than just hear. You feel what the other person feels. You try to see things from their perspective. Empathy creates a deep connection. It shows that you care about their thoughts, their emotions, and their experience. This builds trust. Imagine talking to someone who truly gets you. How would you feel? Heard, respected, and safe. That's the power of empathy. Listen to understand, not just to reply. Most people listen just to answer back. But that's a mistake. Next time you talk to someone, try this. Listen without planning your reply. Focus completely on their words, tone, and body language. Don't interrupt. Don't jump in. Let them speak fully. When you listen to truly understand, you can respond in a way that's thoughtful and meaningful. That's how you connect and influence deeply. Ask questions to go deeper. A great way to show that you're really listening is by asking questions. Not just any questions. Questions that show you care and that you're paying attention. Ask things like, can you tell me more about that? Or how did that make you feel? These types of questions lead to deeper conversations. And if something isn't clear, don't guess. Ask for clarification. Get the full picture. Body language. Listening with your eyes. Listening isn't just about hearing. It's also about observing. Body language is a huge part of communication. Studies say up to 93% of communication is nonverbal. Pay attention to how the person stands or sits. Are they open or closed? Are they making eye contact? Do their facial expressions match their words? These things reveal their true feelings. Reading body language helps you understand much more than words alone. How listening builds influence. The true magic of listening is how it helps you influence others. The more you listen, the better you understand. And the better you understand, the stronger your connection. Great leaders don't just speak, they listen. They take the time to understand people's needs. So when they speak, their words go straight to the heart because they know what matters to their audience. When you listen, you earn trust, build deep relationships, and make people feel heard and valued. That's how real influence begins. Resolving conflict through listening. Listening can also solve conflicts. We've all had arguments and misunderstandings. But often, the real problem is that no one feels heard. When you listen, you hear not just the words, but the emotions behind them. You understand what's really bothering the other person, the fears, the worries. That's how you find common ground. By listening, you show respect for their feelings and point of view. And that opens the door to compromise and peace. Emotional intelligence, deep human connection. Here's a powerful truth. Emotions guide most of our choices. Even if you don't realize it, how you feel affects how you think, act, and connect with others. If you want to deeply connect and influence people, you need emotional intelligence. We hear a lot about IQ, but EQ, emotional intelligence, is what really makes a difference. It helps you handle relationships, express yourself well, and stay calm under pressure. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand your own emotions and those of others. It's about knowing how feelings shape your behavior and using that awareness to manage relationships better. It includes 5 key parts. Self-awareness, knowing what you feel and why. Self-regulation, managing your emotions in healthy ways. Motivation, having deeper reasons to pursue your goals. Empathy, understanding others' feelings. Social skills, building strong relationships and interacting well. The more emotionally intelligent you are, the better you can influence, connect, and lead. Know yourself first. Before you can truly connect with others, you need to understand yourself. Self-awareness is the first step. It means knowing what emotions you're feeling, why you're feeling them, and how they affect your thoughts and actions. When you're self-aware, you can notice when you're angry, stressed, or excited, and pause to ask yourself why. Even more importantly, you can choose how to respond instead of letting your emotions take control. It helps you stay true to your values, keep calm under pressure, and make better decisions. Managing your emotions. Once you're aware of your emotions, the next step is learning to manage them. This is self-regulation, the ability to handle your feelings in a healthy and helpful way. It's what stops you from exploding in anger or reacting badly when stressed. Managing your emotions doesn't mean hiding them. It means expressing them in a way that's safe and respectful. When you can regulate how you feel, you stay balanced, think clearly, and stay strong even in hard times. Self-regulation is the key to staying calm and in control when it matters most. Responding in line with your values and goals. It's important to respond to situations in a way that matches your values and goals, instead of reacting impulsively based on your emotions. This way, you stay in control and make thoughtful choices. For empathy, understanding others. This is where the real magic happens. Empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share how others feel. It means putting yourself in someone else's shoes and seeing the world through their eyes. Empathy is the foundation of deep and genuine relationships. When you empathize, you don't just hear words. You feel emotions, understand struggles, and connect with needs. Empathy builds trust and creates authentic bonds. But empathy goes beyond just understanding surface feelings. It's about truly connecting, grasping their fears, desires, and motivations. This lets you respond in a caring and supportive way. Empathy makes others feel seen, heard, and valued. When you are empathetic, you communicate in a way that resonates. You know when to offer help, when to listen, and when to give space. Empathy makes you approachable, relatable, and trustworthy. 5. Social skills. Handling relationships with ease. The last part of emotional intelligence is social skills. This is the ability to build and maintain healthy relationships. It means communicating clearly, working well with others, and solving conflicts positively. Having strong social skills lets you connect more deeply, express your ideas clearly, and build trust easily. It's also about knowing how to influence, inspire, and lead without force. Great leaders and communicators share this, They know how to bring people together, create community, and get things done through teamwork. 6. Emotional intelligence and influence. Here's the bottom line. Emotional intelligence is the key to influence. The more you develop it, the better you connect with others, understand their needs, and inspire action. When you can empathize, manage your emotions, and communicate well, you build trust and lead with impact. You don't need a title or authority to influence. What you need is emotional intelligence. People follow those who understand them, share their feelings, and connect on a deeper level. Emotional intelligence helps you build strong, lasting relationships that create real influence. 7. Practicing emotional intelligence every day. So how do you practice emotional intelligence daily? Here's how. Be aware of your emotions. Notice how you feel throughout the day when you're stressed or frustrated, and what triggers those feelings. Take time to reflect on your interactions with others. How well did you connect? How did you respond to their emotions? Practice empathy. Make an effort to understand others. Ask questions, listen carefully, and put yourself in their shoes. Improve your social skills. Work on your communication, teamwork, and conflict resolution. Pay attention to how your words and actions affect others. Confidence, the secret to persuasive power. Here's a truth you can't ignore. Confidence is the foundation of influence. Without it, your words won't have the power to persuade, inspire, or motivate people to act. Confidence doesn't just make you feel good. It makes others believe in you, trust you, and follow you. Think about it. When someone speaks confidently, you listen. They don't have to shout or prove themselves, nor seek approval. They simply carry themselves with assurance, and that draws people in. Confidence is magnetic. It's what turns ordinary speech into powerful persuasion. You might be thinking, but I don't always feel confident. That's okay. Confidence isn't natural for everyone, but the good news is it's a skill you can build. Let's explore how confidence becomes a powerful force that drives you forward and how you can develop it within yourself. 1. The foundation of confidence, believing in yourself. The first step to confidence is believing in yourself. If you don't believe in your abilities, how can you expect others to? Self-belief is the core of confidence. It's the deep understanding that you are enough, you have value to offer, and your ideas and actions matter. Confidence doesn't come from others' approval. It's not about waiting for praise or someone telling you you're good enough. True confidence comes from inside. When you truly believe in yourself, you don't second-guess decisions or constantly seek approval. You know you're capable, worthy, and deserving. To build self-belief, start by recognizing your strengths and achievements. Think about past successes and times you overcame challenges. Remember, you've already proven you can do great things. 2. Body language, what your body says. Confidence isn't just a feeling. It shows through your body language. How you carry yourself speaks volumes about how you feel inside. If you enter a room with slouched shoulders, eyes down, and a quiet voice, people will notice. Your body will say you're unsure and unworthy of attention. But if you stand tall, head held high, with a calm and strong presence, others will notice that too. Your body language reflects your mindset. When you show confidence through your posture, people see you as strong, capable, and trustworthy. Take a moment now to straighten up, take a deep breath, and feel the difference. You'll feel more in control, more powerful, and ready for anything. Practicing confident body language regularly reinforces your belief in yourself. 3. Speaking with clarity and authority. To be persuasive, you must speak clearly and confidently. Confident speakers don't mumble or hesitate. They speak with conviction and without doubt. When you speak confidently, your words carry weight. People listen because they trust you know what you're saying. Start by removing filler words like, and you know. These words weaken your authority and make you sound uncertain. Speak deliberately. Pause before answering questions to collect your thoughts. Then speak with intention. Confident speakers don't rush. They take their time to let their message land. Speaking calmly and with authority earns you respect. 4. Overcoming fear, a confidence booster. Let's talk about fear. Fear is the biggest barrier to confidence. Fear of failure, rejection, or judgment can freeze us and stop us from acting. But here's the truth. Confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's taking action despite fear. Everyone feels fear. It's normal. The key is not letting it control you. When fear shows up, instead of avoiding it, breathe deeply and face it. Confront your fears and push through. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, your confidence grows. The more you face fear and act anyway, the more you realize fear can't stop you. 5. Practice. The key to confidence. Confidence grows over time. It's not instant. It builds when you put yourself out there, connect with others, and take on new challenges. Start small. Speak up in a meeting, approach someone new, or tackle a project you've been avoiding. The important thing is to keep doing it. Every time you step out of your comfort zone and act confidently, your confidence grows stronger. One of the most important parts of confidence is being authentic. Confidence doesn't mean trying to be someone else or fitting into a mold. True confidence comes from being comfortable with yourself, embracing what makes you unique, and celebrating your differences. Stop comparing yourself to others. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs you exactly as you are. When you stop worrying about how others see you and start focusing on being your best self, confidence will naturally grow. 7. The power of resilience, bouncing back stronger. Confidence also means being resilient. It means bouncing back from setbacks, learning from failure, and coming out stronger. Confident people know that failure isn't the end, but just a step in the process. When you fail, you don't lose confidence. You gain wisdom. You learn what works and what doesn't. Each failure brings you closer to your goals. The more resilient you are, the more confident you become, because you realize nothing can truly stop you. Leadership. Influence by example. Leadership isn't about titles, positions, or authority. It's about influence. The best way to influence others isn't just with words, but by showing them through your actions. People don't follow because you tell them what to do. They follow because they see you doing it first. Think about it. The world's greatest leaders didn't just sit behind desks giving orders. They led with integrity, humility, and action. They inspired others by showing commitment, dedication, and passion. If you want to influence and lead, remember this. Lead by example. 1. Leadership starts with you. Before leading others, you must lead yourself. Self-leadership is the foundation of great leadership. If you can't manage yourself, how can you manage others? Leading yourself means setting high standards for your behavior, attitude, and work. It means being disciplined, focused, and responsible for your actions. It means being your best self every day. When you lead by example, you show others what's possible. Your actions, decisions, and behavior set the tone. If you want others to be punctual, hardworking, and committed, you have to model those behaviors. People follow what they see more than what they hear. 2. The power of integrity. Integrity is one of the strongest traits a leader can have. Leading with integrity earns trust. People believe in you and what you stand for. Leading by example means doing what's right, even when no one is watching. It means being honest, transparent, and ethical in all situations. Integrity means sticking to your values in public and private. When you live with integrity, others naturally follow. They trust your judgment, respect your choices, and want to adopt the same values. Leadership without integrity is like a ship without a rudder, directionless and unstable. But with integrity, you create a strong foundation others want to follow. 3. Inspire through action, not just words. True leaders don't just talk about the work, they do it. Inspiring through action is much more powerful than inspiring through words. You don't have to keep repeating your vision or goals. Let your actions speak. The most inspiring leaders roll up their sleeves and get involved. They don't ask others to do what they wouldn't do themselves. When people see you working hard, focused, and committed, they want to do the same. Leading by action creates a culture of responsibility and pride. 4. Be consistent and reliable. Consistency is a leader's greatest asset. Without it, people don't know what to expect, and trust breaks down. To lead by example, Show up every day, no matter how you feel. Be reliable. People need to know that when you say something, you mean it. They need to see your dedication even on tough days. Being consistent in your actions, words, and decisions builds trust and respect. When you're reliable, people follow because they know they can count on you. 5. Empower others to lead. Great leaders don't hold all the power. They empower others to step up. Leading by example creates a space where others feel confident taking initiative. True leadership is about developing people, not controlling them. It's about teaching, guiding, and showing the way. When you empower others to take responsibility and make decisions, you build future leaders. Remember, leadership is about lifting others up, not holding them back. When people feel valued, respected, and empowered, they own their roles, contribute to the vision, and lead in their own way. 6. The ripple effect of leadership. One of the most powerful things about leading by example is the ripple effect. When you show integrity, work ethic, and commitment, others notice. They get inspired and begin to follow your lead. Whether you realize it or not, your example can change individuals, teams, communities, and whole organizations. Leading with purpose creates a movement. People are drawn to strong leadership because it gives direction, purpose, and motivation. Think about the leaders you admire. They probably didn't just tell you what to do, they showed you how. That's the power of leading by example. 7. Lead with humility. True leaders lead with humility. They know their success isn't just theirs. It's about the team, community, and greater good. Leading with humility means putting others first, giving credit where it's due, and always striving to grow. When you lead with humility, you build a culture of respect and teamwork. People follow because they see you're not about ego or personal gain, but about service, progress, and making a difference. Consistency becomes almost impossible without integrity. Consistency and integrity always go hand in hand. If you want to build trust, consistency isn't just about doing things the same way every time. It's about doing things with integrity. Integrity means doing the right thing even when no one is watching. When your actions match your values and your words, you create a sense of trust and predictability in others. Consistency without integrity is like building a house on sand. It may seem solid at first, but it won't last long. Integrity keeps your consistency grounded. When people see that your actions align with your words, they trust you more deeply. So, when you make a promise, keep it. When you commit to something, follow through. And when you face challenges, stay true to your values. Be someone people can count on, in good times and bad. That's what real consistency is, and it's the foundation of true trust. 3. Building trust through small daily actions. You might think, I need to make a big, bold move to earn trust. But the truth is, small everyday actions truly build trust over time. You don't need grand gestures to show reliability. You just need to consistently do what you say you will. Think about the promises you make every day. Are you showing up for people? Are you keeping your commitments? It's the simple things that matter most. When you make a small promise, like arriving on time or finishing a task by a deadline, and follow through, you start to prove you are reliable. Consistency in small things leads to trust in bigger things. When people see they can trust you with details, they'll believe in you when it really matters. 4. Consistency in communication. Clear and reliable conversations. One of the most important areas to be consistent is in communication. How you talk to others shows if you're reliable and trustworthy. If your communication is unclear, unpredictable, or careless, you'll confuse people and hurt their trust. Being consistent in communication means speaking clearly, honestly, and regularly. If you promise to keep someone informed, make sure you do. If you're a leader, consistent communication builds a culture of openness and trust. People trust leaders who communicate clearly and honestly. They know what to expect and can rely on the information they get. When you communicate clearly and consistently, you show you're someone others can trust and depend on. 5. Overcoming challenges with consistency. Life is full of challenges. It's easy to be consistent when things are going well, But the real test comes when times get tough. How you handle difficulties shows your true character. It's during hard times that your consistency really matters. When you keep showing up, keep your promises, and stay true to your values, you prove you're someone who won't back down, even in tough moments. Consistency in adversity earns respect and trust. It shows others they can count on you no matter what. 6. Consistency in relationships. In relationships, personal or professional, consistency is key to making connections deeper. Relationships are built on trust, and trust comes from consistency. If you want people to trust you, be there regularly. Be present when you say you will be. Relationships don't grow with inconsistency. They grow with reliability and presence. It's not about big gestures or grand promises. It's about being consistent in care, attention, and support. Over time, your reliability creates strong bonds. 7. Consistency builds confidence. When you practice consistency in all parts of your life, you start to feel more confident in your abilities. You see your actions bring results, which makes you believe more in yourself. Consistency strengthens your self-belief. As you build trust with others, you also build trust in yourself. You realize you can create lasting change, influence those around you, and reach your goals. As your confidence grows, so does your ability to lead, persuade, and make a difference. Consistency doesn't just build trust with others, it builds trust in yourself. Taking action, turning influence into results. Let me tell you something important. Influence without action is just potential. You can have all the knowledge, inspiration, and influence in the world, but if you don't act, none of it matters. Influence alone isn't enough. You need to turn it into results. This is where the real magic happens. Action is the bridge between influence and results. You could be the most persuasive, most influential person in the room, but if you don't do the work, your influence is wasted. In this chapter, we'll break down how to turn your influence into real results. I'll show you how to move from planning to doing, how to take intentional action, and how to follow through so you actually get the results you want. 1. The power of intentional action. The first step to turning influence into results is to make sure your actions are intentional. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new idea or goal. You might feel very motivated and ready to take action. But if your actions are not clear and don't match your goals, all that energy can quickly disappear. Intentional action means having a clear purpose behind every step you take. It means knowing exactly what you want to achieve and then taking thoughtful steps to make it happen. Start by setting clear and specific goals. Break them into smaller, doable steps, and make sure each decision moves you closer to your main goal. When you act intentionally, your influence becomes strong because it focuses on real results. 2. From planning to doing. Stop overthinking and start acting. One of the biggest problems when turning influence into results is overthinking. It's easy to get stuck planning, perfecting, and waiting for the right moment to act. But the truth is, that perfect moment never comes. Successful people don't wait for perfection. They act even when things aren't perfect. They learn as they go and adjust their path. The key is to stop waiting for everything to be perfect and start acting with what you have now. Take that first step, even if it's small or imperfect. Once you start moving, momentum grows and your influence will turn into results. 3. The importance of follow-through. Now let's talk about follow-through. You have influence, ideas, and you've started, but many people stop here. They don't finish. Taking action is one thing, but follow-through ensures results. It means staying committed to your goals and pushing through when it's hard. It means not giving up when obstacles appear and not getting distracted by shiny new opportunities. Successful people don't quit when it gets tough. They keep going and adjust their approach until they get results. Follow-through turns a first burst of influence into lasting success. 4. Embrace failure, learn, and adjust. I want to be clear. Failure is part of the process. In fact, failure is often the best teacher on the road to success. When you take action, you will face challenges and failures. But the key is not to let failure stop you. Instead, use it to learn. Look at what went wrong, what you could have done differently, and what lessons you gained. Use this knowledge to change your strategy and move forward. Failure is not something to fear. It's a stepping stone to success. When you accept it, you turn failure into one of your most powerful tools for growth. 5. Holding yourself accountable. To turn influence into results, you need to hold yourself accountable. It's easy to make excuses, procrastinate, or blame outside factors for not reaching your goals. But the truth is, your results depend directly on what you do and what you don't do. Accountability means being honest with yourself. It means checking your progress and admitting when you're not doing what you said you would. The more you hold yourself accountable, the more you will act consistently and the more results you will see. To help with accountability, find a partner or set up a system to track your progress. When you know someone or something is watching, you're more likely to stick to your plans. 6. The role of persistence. Persistence is the quiet force that keeps you moving forward even when the road is tough. It's the determination to keep acting no matter how many times you fail or how many obstacles you face. Results don't happen overnight. They require time, effort, and steady commitment to your goals. Persistence is the key that unlocks long-term success. When you face setbacks, don't quit. Don't give up. Stay persistent and trust that your steady actions will pay off. 7. Celebrating small wins. Sometimes we focus so much on the big goal that we forget to celebrate small wins. But every small victory brings you closer to your bigger results. When you act and see progress, even small progress, take the time to celebrate it. This lifts your spirits and strengthens the habit of taking action. Celebrating small wins reminds you that you're on the right track and helps keep you motivated.